Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Iron and Integrity here. I think Matt Walsh is one of the biggest hypocrites in the entire political commentary space. At least somebody like Nick Fuentes will tell you exactly what they feel and that they're racist and they don't think racists should mix. On the other hand, when somebody like Matt Walsh, they hide behind this veil of Christianity. And as a Christian, I think that's wrong.
We were once a Christian nation. We are no longer a Christian nation. Soon we won't even be a majority Christian nation. And as our founders knew, this doesn't work.
He makes a lot of jokes about being a theocratic fascist, but in reality, he really does believe that the world would be better and America would be better if everybody was a Christian. And I'm not here to argue against him on that. I'm here to argue his hypocrisy on Christianity. During election season, he said if you voted for Joe Biden, you'd be voting for somebody who's voting against your Christian rights. So he can see that religion and politics are mixed. So obviously when he sees a 5-year-old get called a slur, he's going to disavow racism and shame the people donating to the racist woman, of course.
It is, in the end, a net positive that this woman has raised $500,000. I'm glad she has. I hope she raises $1 million.
That's odd. I bet he has a good logical reason and Christ-like reason for her saying that and why he's glad that she raised the money.
I will not be joining with some of my conservative friends in wagging my finger at her donors, and I'll explain why. First of all, she does have a legitimate need for the money. The mob is truly trying to get her killed. I don't believe that a woman should have her life threatened for saying a word, even a bad one.
That's absolutely true, but is $500,000 going to buy her safety? It's not like her address has been leaked and people have been showing up at her door, so it's not like she needs to relocate. So I'm not understanding what she would need $1 million for, which is what Matt Walsh hopes she gets.
And you could say freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences for your speech, all you want. But if losing your livelihood...
Yeah, you get fired if you say something your boss doesn't like. That's not cancel culture, that's just life.
And having your house burned down...
Her house has not been burned down. He created a straw man to argue against.
...is a consequence of your speech, then you do not have free speech. Supporting free speech means supporting someone's ability to speak without having their family murdered for it.
I don't want the lady to be murdered either, but I still don't think that relates to you saying that you want her to become a millionaire off of this.
Okay, I mean, that should be pretty obvious. Second, more importantly, and this is the part that I really need everyone to stop and think about. This is the most devastating attack on cancel culture that we have seen, possibly ever.
Yeah, I would agree that ending cancel culture is a lot more important than denouncing racism. I bet if Jesus was here today, he would say the exact same thing, I'm sure. I mean, and then Matt Walsh in a Facebook post says the reason that this is such a good thing is because she didn't apologize. She didn't grovel at the people's feet. I think me and Matt Walsh got different versions of the Bible when we were growing up in church. The Bible I read told me to apologize for my sins. So that's what I do. I don't praise people who do something wrong and then don't apologize. I suppose what his says, whenever you do something wrong, you should double down on it and don't apologize. I just don't understand how he thinks that the world and America needs to be a majority Christian, but he doesn't even practice what the Bible teaches us. Instead of disavowing racism, he'd rather have cancel culture ended. But the funniest thing is that Matt Walsh not only doesn't care about cancel culture, he supports it.
There's no reason at all why we can't bankrupt Bud Light overnight. If every person who identifies as conservative or at least isn't on board with this stuff just said, I'm not going to buy that anymore, because you could sacrifice it and it would mean nothing to your life whatsoever. And if everyone did that, or even if 40% of people did that, they would take such a hit that they would have to come crawling on their knees begging for forgiveness. There's no reason why we can't do that. We just don't.
So not only should Bud Light apologize, but they should come groveling at your feet to apologize just so you can buy their beer. Is that not the exact opposite of what he was just saying? Bud Light does something they don't like. They stop buying Bud Light to essentially cancel Bud Light's bad behavior. But I challenge anybody to give me a compelling reason why that isn't cancel culture. Because it is. Winning against cancel culture because Matt Walsh wants to participate in cancel culture. This was about a white woman calling a 5-year-old, or he says the kid looks 10 in the video, so let's just say a 10-year-old, a slur, and not only facing no repercussions, but she is profiting greatly off the situation. Matt Walsh cannot claim to be a Christian and then get on his platform with over 3 million subscribers and applaud a lady for not apologizing when she did something wrong. And this is why people say there's no hate like Christian love. As a Christian myself, that really frustrated me for a long time, but I completely understand where they're coming from, because every time you see something bad or evil, there's plenty of Christian people defending it. But I just want to set the record straight. That's not all Christians, and it's not any Christian that knows and reads their Bible. No real Christian is going to tell you it's good to not apologize when you do something wrong. So I would challenge Matt Walsh to put up or shut up. Either stop claiming to be a Christian and stating that America would be a lot better if everybody were a Christian, or start living like a Christian. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next Friday.
Artlist.io